tonight on Denver7 News at 6.
We've lost some outstanding people.
Eagle leaders are lost to an avalanche.
I think everybody was hoping for rescue. And
we hit 65 today, but this cold front really changes things tonight and tomorrow. How much snow to expect?
The man accused of murdering Kelsey Schelling faces a jury, while the Senegalese community learns that a Denver family's murder was a case of mistaken identity.
It's a relief for us to know this has nothing to do with hate crime.
The grief of the family is certainly not any less.
Plus, Lauren Boebert on vaccines.
There are other folks who want and may need it more than I do.
More fallout for the Grizzly Rose.
And a company known for predatory towing meets its match.
I'm so grateful.
After 7 months.
I'm so grateful.
Eagle Mayor Pro Tem Andy Jensen was killed in an avalanche Monday. So were his friends Seth Bossum and Adam Palmer, both local officials.
The three were backcountry skiing in the San Juans when the snow gave way. Denver7's Ivan Rodriguez is in Eagle tonight and has our top story.
In a joint statement from Eagle County and the town of Eagle, a decision was made to release the 3 names of the men who are still missing. They said they did this in order to openly acknowledge their deaths and grieve together. It's been more than 2 days since Mayor Pro Tem of the town of Eagle, Andy Jensen, Eagle City Council member and Eagle County employee Adam Palmer, and Eagle County employee Seth Bossum went missing after being trapped in an avalanche near Silverton.
Recovery effort of the 3 missing skiers is still happening as we speak.
Deanna Gallegos with the Office of Emergency Management in San Juan County says they know where the 3 skiers are, but the terrain and weather make their recovery efforts increasingly difficult.
The 3 missing skiers have been located. They were wearing beacons. It is a matter of the depth of the avalanche in the accident scene, the terrain, and then we are experiencing natural avalanches running around the accident zone.
Gallegos says there are avalanche experts on the mountain evaluating if it's safe to continue searching. Their goal is to find the 3 skiers as soon as possible.
But I do have to admit, when you go home at night and you become human again, a lot of those emotions you start to download and process.
In a statement, the county and town of Eagle says their hearts are heavy with the loss of these 3 men.
We've lost some outstanding people. I think everybody was hoping for rescue, and as the days wore on, it certainly became a lot more disbelief. And, I think a lot of us at the county right now, it's an organization of about 500 people in Eagle County, and not just the county, but the town of Eagle and our community is just numb.
The San Juan County Sheriff's Office says the search for the 3 skiers will continue Thursday. Although Eagle County and the town have confirmed the names of these 3 men, the San Juan County Sheriff's Office says they're still waiting to identify them until after they're recovered and identified by the coroner's office. In Eagle, Ivan Rodriguez, Denver7.
That's a tough one. Well, this afternoon here was perfect, so naturally we're tracking snow tonight. Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson joins us to tell us how much, where, and when. Mike?
Mostly in the mountains, but we'll feel the cold and get some snow and slick roads down in the plains. Check out the highs today, 60s and 70s over eastern Colorado, mostly 40s in the mountains. Getting colder fast, though, down to 26 at Leadville. We have now dropped to 47 here in the Denver area as a cold front has raced through. The brunt of this front will be felt in the high country, and that's where you have winter storm warnings, avalanche warnings, and winter weather advisories across almost all of the Colorado mountains. The winter storm warnings right there, Summit County, Gilpin, Clear Creek County, Northern Park County. Some areas could see up to a foot of snow and a lot of wind, causing very slippery driving conditions. Out on the eastern plains right now, it's scattered rain showers, but as the temperatures get colder, we may see what's called a flash freeze later on tonight that'll ice up the roads, especially from Denver out along Interstate 70 out toward the Lyman area. So some slick roads are expected in the morning, and there'll be another surge of snow moving into the state as early as Friday night. Details coming up.
For a trial 8 years in the making, the Kelsey Schelling murder case is moving quickly. Prosecutors in Pueblo said today that suspect Dante Lucas was texting from Schelling's phone well after she went missing in 2013. They also say they have surveillance footage of Lucas driving Schelling's car. Lucas's defense team said the prosecution's story doesn't add up and argued that without a body, there's no crime.
The lone suspect in a 36-year-old cold case out of Greeley pleaded not guilty to murder today. Steve Pankey is accused of killing Janelle Matthews in December of 1984. Prosecutors say they have pages of circumstantial evidence that point to him being the killer, if not much in the way of physical proof.
And tonight, Colorado's Senegalese community is reacting to the revelation that the Giel family murders were not a hate crime, rather a case of mistaken identity. Denver7's Lance Hernandez has more.
It's one of the worst crimes and tragedies that's ever, stung our beautiful city.
Attorney Qusair Mohammed Bai says his clients, members of the Giel family, are still trying to come to terms with that fatal fire that was intentionally set, killing Jibril Giel, his wife Aja, daughter Khadija, sister Hassan, and niece Hawabaye. Law enforcement sources say the teenage suspects were seeking retribution for a drug deal gone awry and targeted the wrong house. Those suspects were in court today, informed of the myriad of charges they face, including multiple counts of murder, attempted murder, arson, burglary, and conspiracy. Mohammed Bai says it's no consolation that the Giel family was not the intended target. Their loved ones still in a world of hurt.
These are God-fearing, non-vengeful people who simply came to America for a better life for themselves and their family, and that has all been taken away, and they're simply just picking up the pieces of what's left.
Mr. Mohammed Bai added that family members are grateful arrests have been made. They want the people responsible, no matter their age, to be held accountable. Lance Hernandez, Denver7.
A 95-year-old man is in custody tonight after allegedly shooting and killing an assisted living facility employee in Lafayette. We're still trying to find out if guns were allowed there. Police tell us Okie Payne claimed the victim owed him money before shooting him in the lobby of Legacy Assisted Living. That victim, a man in his 40s, has not been identified.
No final decisions were made during a hearing involving the city of Denver and the company of Pinkerton today. Pinkerton was cited last year after security guard Matthew Dolloff shot and killed a man during a protest. Dolloff was neither licensed to operate as a security guard in Denver nor to carry a gun. Denver and Pinkerton are still trying to come to terms on a settlement. You have to admit it was bold. Last month we told you about a tow company that refused to return a woman her car despite a court order.
And they might have gotten away with it too had it not been for Contact Denver7 and that meddling Jacqueline Allen.
Thank you guys so much.
Spoiler alert.
You're getting your car back.
This story has a happy ending.
Oh my goodness.
But when it started last summer...
Oh, okay. So on June 28th, I had a flat tire parked in my carport after driving a little bit on it.
Things went from bad to worse.
Went out the next morning for work, had a boot. The next day, my Jeep was gone. They had unlawfully towed it.
A Denver judge agreed with Danae Attaway, ordering Park It Right, aka Towing Done Right, to pay up and give back her car.
They refused to follow the order and return my car, yes.
This is Jacqueline Allen with Denver7.
That's when Contact Denver7 got involved.
Can we talk to you for just a second?
Park It Right and owner Joel Perry wouldn't talk, so we decided to show up for virtual court.
I think you guys being present this morning for this bond appearance hearing was huge.
Park It Right's attorney finally agreed to return Danae's car that day if she had a company to pick it up.
I felt she'd been wronged, and I was just trying to show her that, hey, all tow companies aren't the same.
Brett Wildham with Red's Towing had already reached out to Contact Denver7, volunteering to pick up Danae's car immediately.
I'm so grateful.
After 7 months,
I'm so grateful.
This is the ending Danae was hoping for.
I have my car back. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The sequel, though, Park It Right plans to appeal.
I really appreciate you guys shining the light that you have on their really ugly predatory practices.
Jacqueline Allen for Contact Denver7.
COVID numbers continue to decline in Colorado. 1,200 cases and 14 deaths were reported today. 572 people are in the hospital. And today's positivity rate is 3.5%.
Legend High School in Parker, Colorado Mountain College, and a Texas Roadhouse in Denver are now all reporting outbreaks of coronavirus. They are among 925 sites currently being monitored by the state. Tri-County Health has ordered the Grizzly Rose to remain closed until they're ready to show they can follow the law. The department also warned of fines and jail time for pulling a stunt like you just saw there on Saturday when hundreds of maskless people packed in for a night of dancing. The Grizzly Rose has previously closed voluntarily.
A well-funded push to recall 4 Douglas County School Board members over a lack of in-person learning is one step closer to making the ballot. Organizers dropped off the paperwork on Tuesday, just hours before the district announced a hybrid model for high school and middle school students to begin next week. The group's leader has pledged $100,000 of his own money toward the recall.
The State Labor Department will take questions about its newly rebuilt unemployment system tomorrow. Denver7 has heard from several people having trouble accessing their benefits. Now, the state updated its website today in the hopes of addressing some of the more common complaints, but insists the program is largely working.
Colorado Congresswoman Lauren Boebert told our partners at Newsy that anyone who wants a vaccine should have one. As for whether she would take one, we'll see for yourself.
If anyone wants a vaccine and is in that category to receive them, absolutely. It's not government's role to mandate injections, and that should be a person's personal choice.
Have you been vaccinated?
No, okay. I'm not in that high risk category, and there's no way that I'm going to step in front of others who are.
When it becomes available, will you?
Right now, we are focused on that portion of the population. So that's where we are right now, and I'm not considering getting one at this point. There are other folks who want and may need it more than I do.
Boebert also told Newsy that she would be happy to meet with President Biden. And somewhat amusingly, she also asked when Democrats were ever going to start working with Republicans. Now, today, State Senator Kerry Donovan filed to run against Boebert in 2022. The Democrat currently serves as Senate President pro tempore. She also runs the family ranch in Vail. Donovan is the 3rd Democrat now to challenge Boebert in the 3rd Congressional District.
Congressman Doug Lamborn is calling on a government watchdog to investigate the decision to move Space Command headquarters from Colorado to Alabama. Lamborn previously called the Trump administration's decision horrendous and questioned whether it was motivated by politics. Lamborn's fellow Colorado congressmen and women, Republican and Democrat, agree with his assessment and are urging the White House to reverse this decision.
Coming up, a real-world approach to real estate.
What we find in the United States is that the easiest way to build wealth is by owning property.
And Peyton Manning gets the call.
Congratulations, boy. Congratulations.